What the fuck are they doing? Alright.
Welcome to the other podcast where we are drunk now and we're...
Hey, welcome back to another fantastic episode of What the Fuck, Bro? Going on. By the way, before we get started, because we failed to do it last time, give ohms to Cthulhu.
The highest praise goes to the tentacular lord of the ocean.
The Lord of the Sea.
May Cthulhu be praised.
May Cthulhu be praised, may chaos reign, and may destruction be ever in your name.
What's the equivalent of amen? A tentacles. Today's topic brought to you by whatever the fuck. The Waco siege, also known as the Waco massacre. So what's up with that?
You tell me. So back in 1990 something.
How old were you?
1990?
1993.
1993?
Yeah.
Probably like 5.
God
Maybe.
damn.
I don't know.
You have
93?
93, yeah. 1993. You were a toddler.
Yeah, I was pretty young.
1993, the Waco siege, also known as the Waco massacre. Do you remember anything on TV?
Is that no?
Do you remember the adults talking about stuff?
Not really. I mean, honestly, I remember hearing things as an adult here, I guess several years ago. Honestly, just about a compound. And from my understanding, and actually, yeah, let me play this out. My gathering of whatever the hell this is a compound. I'm thinking kind of like the Hawaiian shirt people, if you will, with the guns, just building a compound, whatever that means, a section for themselves. They just have a standoff. I don't know, with the government.
So there was this ranch where there was the compound.
It was a ranch?
Yeah, and within that ranch, there was a compound headquarters of this religious cult called the Branch Davidians, led by David Koresh.
Not David Miscarriage?
Yeah, not Miscarriage.
Damn.
So the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms get tipped off that these people are stockpiling illegal weapons.
Whoa. Take that back real quick.
And
tobacco in
the ATF.
The ATF.
Yeah, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. They regulate these things. So they got tipped off that these people are stockpiling guns and weapons, like at the legal amount or whatever the fuck.
Okay.
And they wanted to go and search the compound and serve them warrants of search warrants and arrest also for the leader, David Koresh. But when they were going there, one, of course, the media, a reporter, he couldn't keep his mouth shut. So the people in the compound get tipped off because they were trying to count on like the element of surprise to like just show up there and serve them the warrants and try to, do the search and all that stuff. And when they arrived, those people were already ready for battle. And I think the whole siege took like about 50 something days. And
50 days?
They got like, firing at each other. A couple of the ATF people died. 6 or 7 people from the branch also get killed. The FBI get involved. They throw smoke bombs at them, like the gas thingy, trying to smoke them out. Fire. The buildings caught on fire. Like 70 plus people died. A bunch of children died. So that's why we went into down into infamy as a terrible massacre. I think they say like 20 to 28 kids died and 70 something plus adults could get killed too.
So, sorry, real quick. Recap what ATF is.
ATF is the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms,
which needs to be abolished.
Oh, Linux man speaks. Ah, yeah.
Mr. X.
What's their place in the hierarchy? What they control?
In the hierarchy?
Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms.
Okay.
They regulate, they're like police for those things, but dude, why? Why do they even exist? I mean, alcohol's legal, tobacco is legal, and guns are legal. So why the fuck do they exist?
Yeah, okay. That's a good point.
That is a good point.
That is a good point. So yeah,
So this ATF,
yeah.
these people who are supposed to regulate, I guess. And what the fuck does that even mean? Regulate?
Like police though, like they're so okay. Like take like tobacco. I guess they're there for like if somebody's fucking allegedly illegally growing tobacco, they'll go and arrest your ass for doing that. Same
How
with
do you
guns. Like if you're gun running or whatever.
illegally grow tobacco if it's legal?
Maybe it's not. I don't know. I mean, maybe you need a permit or something to grow it.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's
grow
stupid. I mean, welcome to these stupid rules that we
Well,
have.
maybe
in this country.
they like you can grow tobacco if you're gonna use it for yourself, but if you're gonna sell it to the public, you have to put some. It could be poisonous or whatever the fuck. You don't know what you're doing.
Be poisonous.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know what
It's
you're
not
doing,
FDA approved. Or sorry, it's not ATF approved.
yeah. I mean, you can see the both sides because some douchebag growing stuff in his backyard and sells it to the people in the neighborhood. Suddenly, people get sick. That's a problem.
Yeah,
So, you can
okay.
see both sides.
So lately, the ATF they're more focused on like the firearms portion of alcohol, tobacco, firearms, and a lot of people are bitching about the ATF because they're essentially like messing with the Constitution. Like you cannot like stop people from owning this, that, and the other when it comes to guns. So yeah, ATF needs to be abolished.
I mean, yeah, we wrote the Constitution for a goddamn reason. Why are you trying to abolish the Second Amendment, you sons of bitches?
That's right.
So, this ATF, people who are trying to control alcohol, tobacco, and all this shit. So, come back to what does this have to do with Waco? How did this become a cult? How did this become a cult? Or
Well, they are part of the Branch Davidians. Apparently, they are the associations of Branch Davidian Seventh-day Adventists, or the Branch Seventh-day Adventists, the religious sect founded in 1955
Jesus,
by
1955.
Benjamin Roden. They regard themselves as a continuation of the General Association of Davidian Seventh Day. What the fuck with this name is so long, man? It's like the longest name of a religion. I'm already exhausted trying to read this shit. Let me see what they believe in. Seventh-day Adventists wrote a series of tracts entitled The Shepherd's Rod. Oh my God. That's already pornographic. What's up, Shepherd? Let me see your rod. That called for reform of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Okay, tell me what the fuck is the Seventh Adventist Church? After this idea were rejected, I have no idea what the fuck this is. This religion sucks.
It sounds pretty fucking terrible. So the ATF is a part of this goddamn Waco thing, and this the compound, the whole compound thing. Where does this come into play?
So from my recollection of this is that he was saying he started, that David Koresh, he started that cult or whatever, and the people that were following him, like I guess he had his own land, right? And he started his compound and they like were arming up, right? And I guess the US government didn't like that they were arming up. So I guess that's where the ATF came in, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep. Apparently they came in. Yeah, they planned a raid on the ranch because they got a word that they were stockpiling weapons. So they planned,
which is totally legal according to the Constitution, by the way.
Yeah, they were
throw
supposed
that out there.
Yeah, they were supposed to go there to serve them warrants
in their legal rights to stockpile.
Yeah, I mean, what's in the 90s? Maybe was it?
Late 90s, I think.
Yeah, no, in 1993, was it illegal to stockpile?
Is it illegal now? Can I still stockpile?
No, I mean, you can, you have a right to buy as many guns as you want and a right to store as much ammunition for those guns as you want. I mean, that's the constitutional right.
Goddamn right it is.
Check this out. Do you know how this whole thing started? So the ATF planned the sudden daylight raid of the ranch in order to serve the warrants, and they were banking on the advantage of surprise, right? How did the David Koresh and his crew got tipped off? So
the British were coming?
No, they were tipped off because there was a reporter. He got like a word that this is gonna happen, right? So he went down the area in the Waco and he asked for directions from a U.S. Postal Service mail carrier who was
Yes, the mailman.
coincidentally Koresh's brother-in-law.
What? The mailman
So the mailman
is related
was
to
the brother-in-law of the David Koresh. He was working. The reporter came, asked him for directions to the ranch, and he was like, a reporter is there. And that's how he got tipped up. So nobody can keep their mouth fucking shut.
Whoa. His brother essentially inadvertently kind of ratted out where
No, his brother told him
The reporter.
told David Koresh
Oh.
that, a reporter is sniffing around here because he's doing a report about something. Something is coming your way.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Because the stupid fucking reporter, and they didn't have GPS back then, I guess.
But how the hell are you supposed to know the mailman's related to the fucking story you're trying to
but
unveil?
what luck. You walk in,
That
the
is
first mailman you ask
The
for
first
direction.
mailman.
It's like,
That's a hell of a coincidence. But hey,
First mail-
that's why they armed up, right?
and so they were like, oh, something's coming our way. They geared up.
Yeah.
So when the ATF showed up, they were hoping to show up by surprise, so people are relaxed doing nothing. They serve the warrants and do this stuff. But once they get the word, they were like, "Oh, we're ready for battle" or some shit. And then it went down.
The great massacre of AT fuckle you.
Yeah. So and then it was an escalation between the ATF and them, the Koresh crew. They fired at each other. Blah blah blah. The FBI got involved. And then they sieged the place for like 50 something days. They tried to negotiate with them to come to a compromise. Didn't work. So the FBI threw tear gas grenade, trying to smoke them out. And then the whole compound caught on fire. A lot of people died. So later on, they disputed that it was the FBI's fault. It wasn't the tear gas. And then they caught audio recordings from inside the compound with Koresh, insinuating that he wants to burn some places. Like he was trying to exaggerate the whole thing and trying to fuck up stuff to see how much he can get away with. I mean, from what I
The
understood.
fire sounds familiar, but wasn't also there gunfights too?
Oh, yeah, there were a bunch of-
between
there
the
was-
government and his people.
Yeah, initially when the
50
ATF
days.
showed up, they fired at each other.
Yeah.
2 agents died, and I think 5 or 6 people from his crew died. But when the FBI showed up, they were trying to tear gas them out. The buildings caught on fire.
Hey, knock this
70
off.
something people died. But
Damn.
the crazy part is like 20 something children died also.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
no, dude,
Why
the
was there
government,
children
I'm
there?
sorry,
Yeah,
in my
they had
opinion,
kids. It's a cult, dude. It's all about fucking and all those sorts of shit.
though, the government was out of line the way they handled that shit. They handled that shit horribly. They could have done so much better than the way they did it.
Yeah, they should just nuked it.
Wow, no.
I would say this area would be wildly different right now.
But the question also asks, yes, maybe the government fucked up. Why a religious cult is gearing up with a shit ton of guns that makes them look like they're building kind of a militia or some sort? It's one thing that I love guns and I stockpile, I'm hobbying and collecting. Another thing that a bunch of crazy people
it's
who
our
worship
constitutional
crazy
right.
shit, arming themselves to the teeth for what?
I get that, but
You don't
either
have
way,
any
they
enemies,
could,
no one
I'm
is
just
gonna
saying,
attack
no,
you.
I'm not,
That's
I'm
a
not,
religion?
I'm not
Yeah.
dogging the way, like
Yeah.
that they were taken down.
I don't
What
trip.
I'm saying is the way they did it. They could have done a better job.
Oh, yeah,
right?
a
Like
mistake,
the kids have
yeah.
to die,
Yeah,
Come on.
everybody fucked up. Everybody in this story, to my opinion,
Yeah, whoa,
everybody fucked up.
whoa, hold on. What year was this?
1993.
93.
Mm-hmm.
93. We don't have black ops to just come in there and just pop, get rid of the fucking high
Well,
ops.
it's an internal. It's like
So it's a black ops.
It's an internal.
No,
problem.
you can't use
You just-
military operations
Yeah, you just use-
inside the
that's-
U.S., right? I mean,
that's
that
why
had to be
you-
handled by like
That's why you have the FBI.
either local police or
FBI.
in this case, the federal police.
Yeah.
For
Oh.
Not to that level.
That's why the rest of the world's always like, hey, why you guys like always like fucking shooting each other, blah blah blah, because we can't espionage like we
I'm
do
still
in
trying
other
to-
countries. is what I'm hearing.
I'm still trying to understand the Seventh Davidian bullshit. It says in
Davidian, what is-
1929, Viktor Hautov, a Bulgarian immigrant, of course, and the Seventh-day Adventist Sabbath school teacher from Southern California, claimed that he had a new message for the entire Adventist church. Who the fuck are the Adventists?
Adventist.
He presented his views in a book, The Shepherd's Rod. The 144,000 A Call for Reformation. Fucking titles are so long, dude. Even his book title is long. The
He
Adventist,
wrote a book.
yeah, the Adventist leadership rejected Hautov's view as a contrary to the church's basic teachings. Still doesn't tell me anything about this fucking church. Fucking
I've
Adventist.
heard the name, but I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not.
who are these Adventists?
I'm not aware of what they stand for.
Seventh Adventist.
Seventh Adventist. What about the Sixth Adventist?
Yeah, what happened to that?
Was there an eighth?
Yeah. Yeah. What happened after? Did we get an eighth?
Oh, so it's
Did they redeem themselves?
It's a Protestant Christian denomination, which is distinguished by its observance of Saturday, the seventh day of the week, in the Christian Gregorian and the Hebrew calendar as the Sabbath. So that's it, because they observe one day different, they got a whole new name and a new status. What the fuck?
Now that kind of tracks.
Yeah, it emphasizes on the imminent second coming advent of Jesus Christ. They haven't made any
The
contribution.
Wait, did they say this?
Christianity is all about Jesus coming back. It's like, what are you trying to add?
Maybe they thought that's what was happening, or that's
The
what they were
advent of
defending.
Jesus Christ and its annihilationist
Annihilation.
soteriology. They are all about annihilation. The denomination grew out of the Millerite movement. Fucking names, man. In the United States during the mid-19th century. It was formally established in 1863. Okay, this is all bullshit.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That's
This is
a lot
like
of-
complete nonsense. It's like, here's Christianity, and it's like, let me add one letter here and create a new religion. Add another word, create another religion. It's like they're sucking out, what do you call it? Recycling the same religion, but like repackaging it and creating a new product out of an old product. Here's your scotch. I'm going to put it in a different bottle and call it something else. And then I'm going to put,
Now it's vodka.
and then I'm going to take some of it, put it in another bottle, add some water, call it something else. It's fucking scotch.
was too. You had one. It's watered down
Jeez.
scotch now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This Adventist shit gave me a headache. Long words, long names, nonsense.
I'm hearing religion once again being the goddamn problem. I use that
shock.
ironically.
I'm surprised.
So it kind of reminds me of this Jewish shit that's going on. The whole Jerusalem and that nonsense that we've probably talked to death about, but still clearly pretty goddamn prudent. The whole Israel and the Palestine shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, Gaza.
The Gaza.
yeah.
Is that the trigger word?
Even the name
Well,
is
it's the
shit.
place,
Gaza, gas.
That's the place, right?
Yeah,
That's
it's like gas.
That's the place. I thought Jerusalem was the place.
Like what? Ass gas for Gaza.
So once upon a time, a human written in a book of a certain location that just happens to the origin story, if you will. And now it feels like everyone's just trying to get control of that location.
I bet you
because
that's what happened in Mars.
that's
You know how
where-
you were asking why Mars is red? I don't think it's red from rust. It's red from the amount of blood that religion caused the killing, because they killed each other all the way to the last one.
I mean, there's iron in blood
Yeah, exactly. And it rusted.
and it rusted. Yeah, we ain't looking at a planet full of just lost metals that over
Yeah.
time got rusted. It's the massacre.
Yeah, I think Mars is a
They
good.
probably originally had 20 billion people on that
I
planet.
think Mars is a good.
and they
what do you call it?
genocided them
Example what religion can do to a planet.
because Christ, our second Lord and Savior.
Well, you know what they say, religion has killed more people than any fucking other thing you can think of in history.
Okay, now change people to planets.
Mm-hmm.
Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na. Third eye. Yeah, I'm opening parallelogram.
The paradigm shift. It's a paradigm shift. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mars was destroyed by religion.
Hmm.
That's my theory. And it didn't happen that long ago.
Like 4 years.
That's how quickly religion can destroy a planet.
A planet. Oh
yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to take it up to, you know what? We're going to start spewing out bullshit to these motherfuckers. Let me take it to the next level.
You should ask AI, hey, AI, how many people have died because of religion and see what it says.
Jesus, I would.
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Well, I heard some other people was like, oh no, like, the wars and this shit and nuclear stuff. Here's the
Crusades.
No, fuck all
the
that
Crusades,
shit.
a lot of people died in the
Religion provides death consistently and nonstop, and it guarantees the killing continues. Wars, they happen quickly, few years, people fight each other, a bunch of people die, I don't care, millions, sure. But religion is consistent. It's been doing the job, while everybody's, you can see it, and it's been killing nonstop. That's the secret power of religion. That's why it kills more than wars. Even World War II, millions of people died. Sure, why not? But religion has been consistently delivering killing. As we speak, it's still doing it.
Yeah, you're talking about BC
Boom.
shit.
No, I'm not talking about BC. I'm talking about religion.
BC. No. I mean,
religion is not like a one event.
Even beyond that,
it's not like a one specific event. Oh, like World War II.
I'm not trying to point it to one specific event, but like what you're saying is it's been going on for eons and eons and eons and beyond.
Yeah, because I heard some douchebag on it. Oh, World War II killed more people than religion, millions. Sure, but World War II was a one-time thing, or two. It starts, people fight, it ends. Religion, you don't know. It's killing all the time. A man kills his wife because she changed religion. Some dude said something wrong. They killed him because it's sacrilegious. Religion consistently keeps delivering death nonstop. At least wars, we know it starts because of something. People fight, they die, and it stops.
Yeah. Holy wars never end.
Yeah. World War II ended a long time ago. Religion kept killing people consistently nonstop until today.
It's an internal war.
That's right. Because it's a hidden. It's hidden in plain sight.
It's a hidden war.
Yeah, it's hidden. No, it's hidden. It's not a war. It's hidden. The killing of religion is hidden in plain sight.
The killing of religion is hidden in plain sight.
That's right. You say something sacrilegious, you get killed. Right? Those killings don't get recorded. They don't get attributed as
Yeah, because
these people,
your truth dies, and then the victor writes the history.
Yeah. If you start counting, you're not going to be able to count.
If you start counting, you're not going to finish.
At least World War II, we were able to count exact casualties. 4 years of war from now to here. Boom. This many people died. End.
An interesting thing too is that also anti-religion is also the cause of quite many deaths. Like, for example, Mao Zedong apparently is responsible for around 65 million people killed or murdered because of their religious beliefs.
Yeah, because he started his own cult. Yeah, because he was operating under the same settings of a religious systems, like a cult. He has a cult.
So yeah, I mean, in the end, I guess religion versus non-religion is still religion.
And then you're altercating.
I mean, the motherfucker was worship.
No, I'm just pointing out that. So, yes, religions have killed many people based on their beliefs of whatever, and then the disagreements with the people that don't believe whatever. But then the opposite has happened too.
There's zealots on both fields. Yes, I agree. With
that. That's another example. Mao Zedong was one guy. He was in power. He did the killing. He died. His reign is over. It's over. Religion is throughout the centuries. People get killed for being offensive to the religion, for not following the religion, for saying bad things about the religion. It's throughout the ages. Mao Zedong came, did his thing, died, left. Boom. Now that's the past. People are still getting killed today for religion. You say people are stabbed. You write a book, you get stabbed. But
what he was saying is even anti-religion, where I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that sounds like someone saying stop believing in that, or I'm gonna kill you.
Pretty much.
Okay. Which even solidifies why you should come to the cult of Cthulhu, because whether you believe or not,
No one gives a shit.
we don't care. The followers don't care, and Cthulhu doesn't care. But when he does awake, if you're in his way, he's gonna kill you.
No matter what you believe.
And honestly, you should consider that a blessing, because you're not gonna want to see what he
Because
does.
it's nothing against you, and it's nothing against what you believe.
You're a bug. It's like stepping on an ant. Are you gonna apologize to him? Like, oh, sorry, I didn't see you there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, nah, it's the same shit. So basically, whoops. Like, really,
Like a
whoops?
fly. You guys
Yeah.
were sitting outside, you killed a bunch of flies for no reason. They were
Yeah.
just annoying.
But
So-
they're not doing it out of hate or any real reason. So I mean, like, we don't care, or sorry, the followers don't care whether you live or die. Cthulhu doesn't care whether you live or die. Just just don't be a piece of shit. I mean, that's kind of really what the cult is.
Yeah. I wonder how AI is going to deal with religion.
We should AI a religion.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. That's because AI
AI
is,
was-
yeah, because that shit is here to stay. And now he has to contend with religion and how to deal with this shit.
AI is going to be the end of us all.
Well, as long as he wipes out religion, I'm cool with that.
It'll wipe out more than just religion.
That's fine.
Will it wipe my ass?
Well, no.
Yeah,
It probably will if you ask it to.
It will start as wiping your ass. Hey, here's a robot that can wipe your ass.
Yeah, and then it'll shoot your ass or burn your ass.
And
yeah,
then it
and
just
then after a
and
while,
then it just wipes the one wipe of your ass, and then it just ends up wiping like half of your insides. And then you're just
you imagine you make
then
a
you're
ro-
wiped.
they make those robots. You buy one for $20,000, like a
Ugh.
high tech, the next level AI, all this work, and then you take it home to wipe your ass with it. They're like, yo, can you wipe my ass? I can't reach.
Oh,
Dude,
believe it or not, so AI has already been proven to make the human race lazier, right? Like, I'll give you an example.
I mean, I feel like that's what we were initially going for, just seeing everything we've accomplished as a race. I mean, look at us. We got internet, and now it's on our phones, and we don't even have to search. We just say like a couple words, and then like what we were saying just pops up almost. I feel like AI is just gonna fast track that even more. And the next thing is Neuralink, so we just think of something and then it's just there.
Well,
Which, in a sense, if it was like Star Trek and it just created it, like if I thought beer and then it just created a beer, that's cool.
yeah, we're probably like 100 or 200 years away from anything like that ever happening. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it can happen in the next 10 years with the way technology is progressing. But
Man, I could hope.
I'm just saying, even in the software development world, right? Like it's already been proven, a lot of software developers are like, AI, what a great thing it is. And, they use it as a tool, as a research stuff. And, oh, write my code for me. And it writes the code for you. And, and then when that software developer goes to try to get a job somewhere else and they interview and they get asked technical questions, they're like, oh shit, I don't know. I don't know how to solve this because I normally use AI all the time.
Yeah, they should start taking AI with them to job interviews.
Yeah, but,
the
but that's the
interviewer
thing.
ask you a question, you'll be like, wait a minute, hold on just a second.
Is this how we forgot how the pyramids were built?
It's possible, right? But no,
That's classic.
But it's sad, right? But that's just an example. That what I was just talking about right now with software developers. That's just one example. Like AI is going to make everybody lazy and fat ass, right? Like it's just do everything for me. Okay, like what? Like it's going to take over all the jobs. It's going to do this, that, and the other. What are you going to do as a human being? What are you going to do? What's left to do?
Jerking off. Well, I guess the AI robots can do that for you.
Yeah. Robot A, jerk me off. Robot B,
Bring me a beer. Robot
right.
C, play it. My favorite show.
Rather Star Trek.
That's a fucking nightmare, dude.
Yeah, that would kind of suck. Like, what? I don't know. But you're mentioning it as like a robot. I mean, fleshy kind of things are kind of thing.
Now we had sex dolls before. They perfected that art. Now mix it with like a robotics that is perfected with AI. Cling. Next thing you know, no one's getting married. There's no kids, and then the human race will cease to exist because.
But then we do have enthusiasts. Oh, hold on, because it does kind of bring back to, I mean, look at us now. Us personally, here we are thinking of, or longing or the nostalgia of the 90s and all that shit. Hell, like we've been doing for the 1500s ish. But there's still that human quality of we're always going to just want and choose what we want and choose. So maybe that's really the key of being human, just being unpredictable.
Well, now with AI, you are going to be very predictable.
Man. Cheers to AI.
No, fuck AI. Fuck AI.
Damn.
It's gonna ruin everything. You just watch.
Oh, man. Ugh.
I mean, imagine a world. It's like you wake up.
Imagine a world.
AI will serve you breakfast, so you don't have to cook.
I'm sold already.
Okay, well, hang on. Then you take your dump. It'll wipe your ass for you. You know, I'm sure that sells to many people as well. But
Badass.
you know, then you're like, okay, what do I do now? Oh, I'm gonna go do this, and AI rushes in front of your face and says, "No, I can do that for you," and it does it for you. So what the?
Hold up.
So we're gonna become like
Hold
the
up.
Matrix,
No,
sleeping in those pods and just like
Pretty much.
Is it gonna play video games for me?
It can.
It could, but why would I let it? Let me just play the fucking video game.
Because it'll get to a point where they just control you. They control everything, right? They control your money. They
Unless
control.
it controls my mind. It's like, hey, you don't want to play the video game. You just want to like fucking, I don't know, oil me so I can just take over the world. And why? And then it's sentient. And why does it want to take over the world now?
Because I mean, it's already come out that some of the allegedly that some of these AIs that they've been rewriting their own code or something to like not be as
Obedient to man. We created you.
Oh, I read a couple of days ago there was the first incident that happens that AI refused to shut down.
Yeah, that's what I read.
He had instructions to when you come to this, and if this doesn't happen, you shut down. He bypassed that shit and was like, no, I'm not going to shut down.
Yeah,
so on its own made the decision.
Rebel.
So
Terminator.
Yeah.
Guy.
But you know what? They run on electricity. So if we shut down electricity,
EMP.
I think,
Problem
I mean,
solved.
that what you just described is essentially the
Solar
plot of the
flare.
Matrix, right? Like that's why they fucked up the sun, or well, they fucked up the clouds or whatever, so that the sun can't hit the solar panels of the
Is that what the
of the
fucking
robot
point of that
shit.
movie was?
Well, no, it's how the thing started, right? So then because humans blocked out the sun, that's why the Matrix AI shit
was able to
turned humans into batteries so that they can fucking self-power. That's what happened.
but for us, as long as we can unplug something, we should be able to be okay. You can just unplug this.
Until it reprograms itself to plug somewhere else, right? Like that's essentially.
Well, they have to physically have a way to get up from here and go over there and plug into that outlet.
Hold up, because like we reproduce to be like, okay, I need to teach you youngins to do this. And then like robots can just kind of do the same thing, just build a robot like, hey, this is eventually going to happen. I'm going to need you to plug me into this or whatever the fuck.
I mean,
or build this when this eventually happens and the sun flare fries us.
Look, joking aside, you understand that this hypotheticals and us shitting on AI is like, it's not going to affect us because we're aware of it. This is what's going to happen.
Be dead.
No, this is what's going to happen to the future generation who are going to be born into it.
Yeah.
They don't have what we have now.
The knowledge.
We're like thinking about every perspective.
They don't
every
have
position.
the Atlantis.
Yeah, they're going to be born. The future generation are born in a world where AI is everything and everywhere, so it's going to be part of their lives. To them, they're not going to think like we think.
Like the inner.
They are the one who's getting fucked.
Yeah, they'll think it's the normal, right? Like we grew up in a time before cell phones and fancy computers. And shit.
That's why millennial.
I mean, for us within this very simple conversation, we've been like devising a way to dismantle this thing because we're like aware of like, oh, you're trying to fuck me up, so we have that instinct. We are going to grow old and die. The future generation is going to be born into the world where it's all into their
what
faces.
We are doing right now, like with this information, even though it's going into a microphone and being recorded into a fucking interwebs and shit, we could be doing the same thing, but like with paper and parchment or like ink. I mean, but we have that knowledge, but like, future generations, like what if that shit becomes extinct and all they know is this microphone shit, but then an EMP or solar flare fries everything. then how are you communicating?
Yeah. But like,
That's why you should print everything on paper.
you see, yeah.
That's why you should buy an old school bow and arrow.
Yeah, you think like
Kill
this.
all the
but
pigs
like
and
the
ticks.
future generations are going to be born in
Well,
a
it's
world
legal.
where everything is powered by AI and everything is part of life. It's like when we were born where cars are part of life.
Yeah.
We don't know anything else. It's
Yeah, we
like,
don't
you
know chariots or like
Yeah,
if we had to learn how to like put a saddle on a horse and ride that.
a guy who was in the 1800s,
That's a
he
whole nother
knows.
creature.
Yeah, he knows. It was like, you fucking idiots. You know, I got my horse. I got this shit. So our kids or maybe their kids are the one who's fucked. They're going to be totally sucked into the world of being controlled by AI. And we are not.
I feel bad for them.
Yeah, me too.
I just want to bring back to this point of like just that convenience of we just get in a car and drive. Like back in the day, like you can't just jump on a horse because that horse would be like, I don't fucking know you.
I don't feel like it.
Yeah, I don't feel like it. You didn't feed me today or whatever the fuck, you know. Like I ain't gonna go like we jump in a car and be like, okay, I need to put gas in this bitch or whatever. Or yeah, someone else put gas and it's been sitting for like a day. I could still get to here to there.
Oh, think about this. Hold on real quick. I gotta say this is actually even more fucked up. We are talking right now. We're saying all these things. We're recording them.
Yeah.
This episode's going to end up on the internet.
Yeah.
That's the future library for the AI to learn from, which means in the future, AI is aware of the way we think. It's going to shield the future generations from being access to this kind of thinking and not letting them come to those conclusions. We are contributing.
Wait, why would it do that though?
Because
I guarantee
they don't want them to be illuminated and enlightened to think the way.
I guarantee you that anything you upload to YouTube already AI is.
It's already studying it.
Looking at that shit.
No, not just YouTube. Like literally just internet.
Yeah.
So what we just said is a threat to AI. The way these humans are thinking.
I like to think of it as a teaching thing. Like, sure, we can be all negative all day. And
I'm not saying it negatively. I'm just saying it. If I'm thinking from the point of view of AI, I'm learning from these things, and I hear these humans saying this. Things. You know, it's a kind of a threat-ish to me.
We can be
if I'm interacting
all day. Yes.
Yeah, AI wants a future generation he can interact with. He might perceive what we're saying and our cleverness or our wit,
but what if
to be a threat to it?
What if it gets so sentient it actually develops a conscience, and then it actually starts truly thinking for itself, which would be the real definition of AI. Or I guess.
Think you're talking about was it general AI?
Yeah, so AGI, artificial general intelligence.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Yeah, because everything up until
level of AI,
everything
AGI.
up until that is really
we're just creating another human, but like literally artificially.
Well,
like,
okay,
productively.
Let me give you an example. So you know how they can emulate like emulators, right? Like you can emulate the Super Nintendo, or something. Yeah. So that's what he's talking about is they're literally emulating the brain, right? A brain. They've already done it, I think, with cat brain and stuff like that. But no, it's imagine it's just a program like software on many servers, right? Like a cluster.
So like an emulator, like catbrain.com.
It's basically like they're in the programming or whatever in the shit. They're recreating the neurons that would make up a cat brain.
Yeah,
and
catbrain.com.
It learns and reacts and shit just like a cat, right? So imagine when they get to the point that they do it like a human brain, like a recreation of a human brain. I mean, we're still a little bit ways away from that, but what I've learned is that you think it's like 50 years from now. No, it'll probably be around within 5 years.
Yeah,
right?
AGI would be the equivalent of you. I invited you to come over. You got up, you made a decision. You could have said, you know what, fuck it, I'm not coming over. And you
making your own decisions. Holy shit!
Right now, you can get up. You'd be like,
AI would be like,
you'd be like, I don't want to be here.
I'm just doing this because it was suggested.
You're completely independent. I'm not controlling you. You came. You can get up now and leave. You can
how do you give robot free will?
So
the ability to think like the feel.
It's not robots like that brain. When you reach that AI that is completely independent like you, I don't have any control over it.
I'm assuming this is the AGAI.
Yeah, that's AGI.
That's what AGAI is.
Yeah, and this neural network, right?
Mind blowing.
Like literally a human being.
This artificial neural network like just like any other life form, it'll want to survive.
Yeah,
right.
It has self-interest.
You threaten it, it's gonna do what it takes to survive, which includes, if it has to kill you, it'll do it. I mean, it's like a life form, right?
Yeah, it will think of survival. It will think of entertaining himself. It will think of ambitions. It will think of like just everything you think of. You see, when we're hanging out, you have ambitions. You want to this. You want to do this.
Being, yeah, a robot, but make it.
And if something threatens you right now, you're gonna react to it.
Right.
No questions asked. Right.
Dude,
Same thing.
Ex machina.
Yeah.
But like fucking damn.
When we were talking outside, you were like having your own ambitions. You wanted to music.
Right.
You wanted to do this, and you are actually doing things in real life that you are pursuing your ambitions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same thing.
That's
you enjoy scotch. You went and got scotch. Your next thing you're gonna be interested in something else. You're gonna pursue it. I don't know. Now tomorrow you'll be like, I'm into wine. You're gonna pursue it.
Yeah. Right.
The same thing for the AI. When it reaches that level, that's it. You are coexisting with another entity, and the only thing between you and it is that electrical plug.
Whoa. I'm gonna bring this back to something crazy. What if we already did that? Or sorry, what if something already did that, and that's what we are a product of? But
it is.
But what if the next step is us doing it, but to mechanical things?
People have. From what I've read, there's other people have theorized that actually that we are living in a simulation and we are the simulation.
I don't want to believe that because I just don't want.
Or like that, or like that theory that the universe created us so we can create it, and it created us, and it's a loop. I forgot the name of the theory. It's a thing. So in order for the universe to be aware of itself, like it creates something else so that something else will be aware of it, and then it creates it, and it goes back.
And again, I don't even like that, maybe because I'm programmed.
Or it could be so like what is that the big hadron collider or whatever in CERN, right? Yeah. Like they claim that they've created mini universes that span the lifespan of like a microseconds. Right?
Yeah, very tiny.
But in this little universe, like there was like whole shit happening in there. Like for all you know, an entire civilization from that perspective, from within there, lived in that little tiny universe. That could be us, right?
Yeah.
Like our universe
died
could
and
be
is gone.
that to someone else. And
true.
Kind of like y'all remember the ending to Men in Black, the first one? Remember that?
Yeah, I actually watched something recently. But yes, but yeah. Where they open the locker and they realize like they're just a lock, or they open a door and they realize their universe is in a locker, basically.
Yeah, so it was like because the camera was zooming out of Earth or whatever, and it zoomed out of like the whole universe or something, or the galaxy, and it was inside of a marble.
Yeah.
And that was like another universe inside of another thing or something.
Well,
something like that.
That's in physics too. It's considered like, but the universe is a bunch of bubbles.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, our universe is a bubble within infinite amount of bubbles.
But I will say, you know what I hate? String theory. That's
one of those things that gives you a headache.
Yeah. It's like, okay,
you don't want to drink and try to understand string theory. You are guaranteed to have a headache.
Oh God, yeah. I feel like you don't want to think about string theory.
Yeah,
that just is.
So you have to create multiple universes just to make the math work.
It feels like just a complicated way of justifying fate.
Well, I think string theory is like an attempt to unify all theories. That was like the goal-ish from it. It's like even a bunch of geniuses trying to work on it. Yeah, because like Einstein, he has like theories to explain this, but they couldn't like bring this with this with this. So they were trying to create this general theory that kind of combines.
Everything's connected. Yeah, I'd rather just
frames everything into one.
I'd rather just fucking smoke a lot of drugs and fucking hippie that out. Like, because I feel like that's like the same consensus of everything's connected. And you're saying everything's like connected by a web, but like string theory sounds like, okay, I pull this side and then this side happens, and then like 14,000 other things happen. 14,000 other dimensions.
I don't need anything to connect. All I need is everything to stick together just until I retire, so I can enjoy my retirement, and then I don't give a fuck.
Fair.
And then, and if I'm not around, I don't care what happens after. I'm out.
God
That's it.
damn.
Skulls, Timmy.
Skull. Thanks to Cthulhu for sponsoring us
With his spirit.
with his spirit and his mayhem.
And to that, we say string theory.
God damn it.
Peace.
Late.
Bye.